Hello, welcome. So, we are into the second session now. Already we have seen about the printf statements as you have seen here. Now we are entering into your input statement, that is your scanf. Suppose user wants to type something or you want to ask the input from the user, then we require a scanf statement. For example, I am going to ask from the user a value for A and a value for B. Okay. So now for that, what do? I need to use a scanf statement. Before that, I should introduce this A and B to my compiler. How do I introduce? What is this A and B? So now I'm going to tell my compiler that A and B are going to be integers. What do I mean by integers? They are numbers. So my compiler will understand that A and B are going to be some numbers. Okay. Now I have introduced it's going to accept some number. Integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. Likewise, you have another data type which is called as float, which accepts decimal number. Int is also a data type. You have double, you have character. All these are called data types. Remember, every data need to have a data type. That is how we introduce it to the compiler. Now, compiler understands that it is going to be a number. Okay. Now, after hello world, hey, you are absent. I want the compiler to ask me the value of A and B or to display on the screen like enter the values for A and B. How do I do it? Yes, I use a printf statement and I use enter values or enter A and B so that I will clearly understand what am I going to do. Okay, if I'm not using the enter A and B values, a cursor will be blinking and I will also blink because I don't know what to type. I'll let you know once during the session. Okay, now after my compiler is asking me to enter the values of A and B, I am going to type the value of A and B. So in that case, I will use a scanf statement. Whenever I'm using a scanf statement, immediately after the double quote use a comma and inside which I am going to ask the value for A and B, for which I will use a format specifier called percentage %d if it is an integer, percentage %f if it is a float, percentage %lf if it is a double, percentage %c or percentage %s if it is a character or a string. So in our case, you can see that it is going to be integer. So I'm going to use a percentage %d. And here I will be typing ampersand A, comma, ampersand B. And this line will be terminated with a semicolon. Okay. Now a cursor will be blinking to get the value of A from the user as well as the value of B from the user. Now I want it to display the added value. Display. Whenever I say display, we need to remember that I'm going to use a printf statement. So printf, the addition or the added value is. I can use a percentage %d here, which means the value of A plus B will be displayed in the percentage %d. So now we'll check with the output. Yes, you can see that hello world, hey, you are absent, enter A and B appears on the same line. So we need to shift it to the next line. So now a cursor is blinking. So I'm typing 3 and I'm typing 4. Now it displays the added value is 7. Now we'll beautify our program. How do I do it? Yes, I will use a /n over here so that it appears on the next line. Let's check. Yes, hello world. Hey, you are absent. It's asking me to type the value for A. So I'm typing 12 and value for B, I'm typing 7. So the added value is 19. If suppose I'm not using this printf statement in the 17th line. I'm commenting it, which means my compiler will not read it. If I'm using a comment statement, what will happen? Let's check. You can see hello world, your absent has been printed, but a cursor will blink. I'm also blinking. I don't know what to type. Maybe I'm typing 1. Again, a cursor is blinking. I don't know what to type. 5. And if it is a third person who is going to see your answer, he may not know what to type. So it is always suggested that you use the 17th line just before getting the values for a and b from the user. So now you can see that it will ask me the values for a and b. I am typing 12 and 5 and it gives me the added value as 17. Thank you. Wait for the next session.